The Atlantic hurricane season has officially started, and forecasters are predicting it will be busier than usual. That news is not welcomed by Gulf Coast communities still dealing with the effects of the last season. 19 tropical systems made their way through the Atlantic in 2024. Two back-to-back storms, Hurricanes Helene and Milton, hit the country's southeast in September and October. It caused heavy damage. Along the west coast of Florida, many people are still rebuilding today. CBS News national correspondent Manuel Bojorquez joins us now from Miami. And Manny, what are you hearing from these communities that are still rebuilding ahead of this yet another busy Atlantic hurricane season?
That's right. First, you can see it's already a rainy start to the season here in Miami. But on the West Coast, as you referenced, where they were hit with back-to-back hurricanes last year, you referenced it yourself. People are still rebuilding. I spoke with a homeowner who's still living with a family friend. Her home was gutted near a beachside community. And she says that with the permitting process and the building process and all that, it really takes time. It's not ready yet for her to move back in. And a lot of people are going through that right now and seeing this next hurricane season now upon them. Now, there has been some progress. Some hotels and businesses have reopened, and they do want tourists to come back because really that's their economic bread and butter. We spoke with the city manager of Madeira Beach about how they're preparing for this new hurricane season.
But we'll be prepared, we're ready, and it's just something you have to, living in this environment, this is what we call we're 2 miles long and a mile wide in our paradise. But it does come with a little bit of cost.
So they're taking it in stride, as you can see there, the price they pay for living in paradise, as people say, but they're definitely concerned. I think a lot of people do have plans in place in case they need to evacuate this time around.
Especially given that we're hearing that it's going to be a much more active Atlantic hurricane season. Tell us about why it's expected to be busier than normal.
A few things. The most important one, the most crucial thing is the surface temperature of the waters, especially along the Gulf. They are very warm, and that, of course, is fuel for hurricanes. Some of the weather patterns that bring shear, that kind of fights the development of the hurricanes, those are not expected to be as present. And then there's, of course, the problem of rapid intensification. They're seeing more and more hurricanes now that go from a Category 1 to a Category 5 in a very short amount of time, and that is going to be a concern.
And Manny, all this, of course, is happening as NOAA sees several cuts under the new administration. Could that affect the agency's ability to detect storms as they even develop and form?
Well, some people are definitely concerned about that. We spoke with the director of the National Hurricane Center on Friday, and he said the cuts will not impact their ability to do forecasting and put out the warnings like they typically do. For context, NOAA has lost about 2,200 employees to either firings or to early retirements and buyouts. That's not all from the weather forecasting services. NOAA, of course, is the umbrella for the National Weather Service and National Hurricane Center. The center has lost about 500 employees, or the service, I should say, to early retirements. But they say they're moving people around from office to office as needed. And just today, the National Weather Service announced that they're being able to rehire about 100 positions to just fill some of the shortages that they have as we gear up for the hurricane season.
Manny Bojorquez on a very rainy start to this hurricane season. Thank you very much, Manny.